Today we're making Locro de Papa, an Ecuadorian potato and cheese soup. Come on, let's get started.
Todo queda sabroso.
So obviously the star of the show is potato. We want to peel the potato. And then we want to cut the potato just into smaller pieces because we're going to, as it cooks down, we're going to mash it. And I have them soaking in water so that they don't oxidize. And I'm going to continue with the rest of the prep, which is not a lot, but we are going to utilize 1 onion. And we're just going to cut it into a small dice. We have our onion. Okay, then we have about 5 cloves of garlic. And we're just going to mince that garlic. Add that with our onions. And then we have some green onions or scallions. I'm using the green parts for garnishing the soup, but I like to use the white parts in the soup. So that's what I'm going to do. Just cut off the ends and then just cut this like on a bias. And add that to our onion and garlic. And although this is a potato and cheese soup, the yellow color doesn't come from like a yellow cheese like cheddar cheese. It actually comes from annatto or achiote. You see me use achiote time and time again because it's such a versatile product, not only to flavor, but also for that signature yellow golden hue. In a large pot, we're gonna add that achiote oil. And then to that, we're gonna add our onions, garlic, and green scallions. I'm gonna saute that. And as you can see, that achiote is giving off that beautiful yellow reddish color. Okay, as you know, I like to flavor as I go. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon. I'm gonna add some black pepper, as well as some cumin. That smells wonderful. The achiote, that cumin, the onions, the garlic, scallions are really perfuming this pot. I'm gonna add some lager, some beer. Okay, at this time, I'm now going to add the potatoes to the pot. Okay, we're gonna add about 6 to 8 cups of water, depending on how high it comes above the potatoes. You want just enough so that the potatoes can cook thoroughly. I'm going to allow this to simmer for about 45 minutes until those potatoes get nice and tender. Then we'll continue with the dish. Okay, so our potatoes are cooked. It's been about 45 minutes. And as you can tell, they have already started to break down. Now, normally when you do a potato soup, you would take a blender or an immersion blender and puree this. But the way they do it in Ecuador, a potato masher, and they just smash the potatoes. They want some of those potatoes to be present in the soup. Now I want to thin it out by adding 1 cup of regular milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. Right, you see that really coming together. So as you can see, the potatoes are broken down, but you still have pieces of that potato, and that's what you want. And that gives it the heartiness that you're looking for. Okay, another key component to this dish is queso, in this case being queso fresco. If you notice, I didn't add any salt other than when we started, and that's because when I add the queso, it's going to add some saltiness to it, and so I didn't want to over salt, knowing that the cheese is going to add some of that saltiness. Okay, now I'm going to give it a taste, and you can definitely taste where the cheese has added some of that salt, but we still need some more, so we're going to add about another half teaspoon. And of course you can adjust it according to your taste, but this looks wonderful. Traditionally, this dish, when you garnish it, you hit it with a little bit of ají or some type of hot sauce. I'm going to use ají amarillo, which is a Peruvian ají pepper. And I think it's really going to give this Locro de Papa that little zing that it needs, a little spice. Okay, and we are ready to serve. And this is how you would serve it up. And you would hit it with a little bit more queso fresco, some fresh avocado. Then the scallions that we cut earlier. And then a very traditional garnish, corn nuts. And then in the spirit of fall, I toasted off some pumpkin seeds. I like to add some of that achiote oil. And there we have it. Ecuadorian Locro de Papa. Sabroso.
If you like this video, click the recipe tab in the video description, which will take you to our recipe page on Provecho, where you'll get a printer-ready format of the recipe that links directly to Instacart, so you can shop for all the ingredients instantly. You can also follow along with the video as you make something sabroso.
Todo queda sabroso.